Obviously.
Okay, what? 3,
Oh my god, I got the
2,
jitters.
1. Run.
Hello.
We're back. We're back. It's official.
Hi, I'm Jesse. Hi, I'm Paul.
You ever see that? What was her name? Janice. You know, the girl with the small hands. I'm Janice. You know,
No, but I
when
gotta
they
look at it.
sing. You never seen that?
When they
It's
sing what?
Kristen Wiig, and she plays this girl. She has like a big forehead, messed up teeth, like these little tiny hands. She goes, and I'm Janice. There it is. It's like they sing and
That's
like
not-
no. Oh, then I have, but
That's Anne Hathaway.
it's
Oh,
the
this
same.
girl. This girl.
Wait a minute, what?
This
Yeah,
Yeah.
because they go through all the pretty girls,
Mm.
and then it gets to her, and it goes, and I'm Janet, or whatever her name is.
Oh, yes.
Yes, that is
I
funny.
did it.
Yeah, and then
Yeah.
I like to chase
did
cars.
it.
yeah. Everyone has a beautiful voice,
Yes,
and then at the
yes.
very end, it's.
Yes, I know.
I love
exactly
the
what
fact that this is the first thing we're going to talk about.
I love how I pulled that
Wait.
up before the fucking podcast. Where is it though?
I hope it's in the group.
Are you in the right one?
I hope so. Yeah,
Oh,
there we
phew.
go. No, I'm pretty good at that.
Oh,
I've
I
only
almost
messed
sent
up
it.
once. Did
My
you
fir-
send it to someone?
I almost just sent it instead of clicked on it. Okay.
Perfect.
New house.
New house for you.
Oh, you can see outside from the.
Don't mind hedges.
So he's gonna walk by like. Yeah. So big break. Now we're back.
Yeah. No. What
Got
tell
we
everyone
bought a
the good
house.
news? Yeah.
Been unpacking.
You and your wife bought a
Yep.
house.
Yep. Me and my main bitch. We bought a house. The side wing gets to come over every once in a while.
Spare rooms, the meth lab to pay for it.
Yeah. You know, we got it all. Niall just pointed out a little something special about this house. Which this house has little gems everywhere, and I love it so much.
Does. It does. And I have been like nonstop with this house. I've been like, this has been golden for me.
So this house has the older locks. I wish somebody was on.
Doesn't matter. No one watches this anyway.
I know, but it'd just be funnier.
I
But
know.
anyways, it
Yeah.
has the old locks.
Yeah, they're all like little, like the old-fashioned knobs. The
Yeah.
slide. They turn. It's everything's
I should have taken a picture and like
very
showed 'em, but-
petite. Well, you're not gonna.
No.
Everything's petite and like 60/50s like.
Mhm.
Where
Well,
everything
it was born. It was, it was built in the 50s, so it makes sense. A big house,
Mm.
a mommy house, and a daddy house had this baby.
And so I do. I like all the all your.
Now this house grew up and it has big bushes. It's au naturel. Sorry. We have not seen each other in 6 weeks.
Oh, I have to admit, this is the first time I've ever been in a bathroom with you and like tears coming down in our face, like laughing. It's so hard. We were like seeing there like 2 fifth graders
falling on the ground laughing.
We're like 2 fifth graders like. So what happened was I closed the door and like I said, it's a little slide lock. And I'm going, oh, that's so cool because it has that little screw type of like knob on it. So I go, oh, this is cute. And I go to lock it and it's not locking. Like it's not moving. And I'm like, it's old.
Yeah.
So I give a little oomph. But when I give the oomph, you know how you move your hand back
Yeah,
after
and
and then it goes the opposite way. It's like, oh, so we have unlocked and super unlocked.
So he's like, you have to come with us.
I'm like, Jesse, you come here right now.
But he's been pointing out all the flaws in this house, which is
have.
fine, whatever.
No, it is annoying. No, but
so I'm like, what now?
in all fairness, I think it's because I own a house.
Yeah, so
and
you're
I
just
get
seeing
it,
everything.
and you just see everything, and you're like, oh, you're gonna have to fix that.
Yeah.
Like, because like, I don't know, I'm older too, so I've seen what I haven't fixed and what I've been like. I wish I fixed that when I first got, like one of those things. So I think that's where my brain is, not to critique it.
Well, and you're trying to help me out. Like,
right.
This will be a problem one day.
Right, and I'm really not trying to be negative, even though it does sound negative, but I really don't.
So I'm like, what the fuck now?
I know.
I walk in, he shows me that, and we're just geeking
I know.
in the bathroom, and I'm like, "Oh, this is how people." But
Wait,
how
no. This is
open
how
people want me to be.
and this
And
is
then he
how open-
unlocks it. I'm like, and that's how open I am. Especially on this podcast. Which just sent us even more.
I'll tell you right now, Shannon has been like, you need to do the podcast. And I was like, why? She's like, I don't know. You need to go and laugh. Like, because I'm that person. I like to just laugh at life.
Yeah.
It's been something I've done even as a kid. I've made fun of, and people get really annoyed with it. But somehow you and I are always
We're on the same page.
all the time.
We're sharing the same brain cell. All the time.
Again, all the time, which is so odd because the woman that came for the house, I was like, hey, I went to high school with you, and then all of a sudden I'm like, she's my niece. Right away, like, she's my niece. Oh yeah, I'm like, I'm sitting there, we're eating dinner, like, and all I can think is like,
the owner had stopped by to get her mail.
But instantly I'm like, oh God, I'm like hanging out with a 20-some-odd-year-old girl. What is she gonna think? Like, why are you here? Why are you eating? You're not her dad.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's my niece.
Well, she forgot who my dad was too, so.
Yeah, I know.
You could have been my dad. You could have been Gary.
I could have been. I'm like, I'm Gary.
But she knew that you were Niall, so.
Yeah, no, she knew who I was right away. Which was bad that I said her name wrong. I was like,
It's okay.
I was so
It is what it
close.
is.
Lindsay, I thought it was.
You thought it was Laura or something.
No.
Or Lauren.
No, it wasn't Laura. I thought it was Lindsay. No. I said something. I know.
Yeah.
She's like, no, and I'm like,
So close.
so close. Well, she was 2 years younger than I was in high school.
What are other L names?
Lindsay.
Louise.
Louise. What?
Because I want to know what you said. I thought it was Lauren.
No, I didn't say
Lauren.
Lauren. I know. It wasn't Lindsay. It was.
I'm gonna look up L names
Oh,
while you
no,
do that.
I can't. That's the worst. That's the worst. That's all right. Oh, I gotta tell you this. This is funny. I didn't tell you this earlier. So, well, I feel like it's gonna be right there, and they're gonna be like,
This is something nobody cares
Okay,
about, but I
nobody
do.
cares. I know. I
I
got.
thought this said laundry. I'm like, oh yeah,
Laundry?
That's why I'm naming my kid. Anyways,
So, would you name your kid after the one thing I hate to do every week?
amen.
I feel like
I
I felt like when I was in my 20s, I was going fucking laundry. So I just named my kid that so I could just be like fucking laundry.
They haven't seen it yet, and the best part is nobody will ever know. I don't mind switching the laundry or like putting the laundry in. It's the folding.
No.
It's the putting.
No.
away.
So, okay. You used
Do you separate your laundry?
Okay, wait a minute.
Sorry.
We need to go back there.
Okay.
Okay. No, it's just too much. Too many questions here. Okay.
How do you fold your clothes? Do you fold your
Do
underwear?
you use the delicate cycle? No. So when I first moved into my house, I had 30 piles of laundry because I
We
would
did too.
separate like everything for everything.
Ours was just not clean.
So 2 more days. So that's how I started because that's the way like my parents like kind of taught me.
Mhm.
And then I went from using warm water. This is quite a few years ago. When I say quite a few, I'm talking about like in my late 20s.
Hi, Bri.
Wait a minute, 7 hours difference?
5?
5, I don't know.
Well, actually, they just had a time change. So once we have our time change, then it'll be 7.
I remember. Sorry, we have no dogs here.
No wieners here. Well,
so I had like all the laundry, and then
I like how he comments twice, and then it says that he's watching.
I know, but that's a trick. He wasn't
He
watching.
wasn't watching before. He just commented before he clicked on
He
it.
missed the whole like lock.
Oh, I know.
So I had all these like laundry, and then I realized like the object is that your colors would bleed if it was washed in warm
Yeah.
water. So I said, screw that.
Which isn't good for your clothes anyway.
So I said, screw that. Now this is what it is now. I feel like more people. And I asked somebody, do you know if you can wash in with Tide because at that time I was using Tide in cold water, and they're like, no. They're like, no, you can't do that.
Oh, that's just how.
Kind of go back. If you think I'm your age, that's more than 20 some odd years.
No, I was just wondering what their.
So they're like, no, everyone washes everything in warm water because it doesn't clean it. And I went, yeah, I'm not doing that. I knew I didn't want to. So I threw in all my colors. I still separated them all, but I threw them all in cold water. So I washed them and I dried them. Didn't say nothing. Still smelled good to me. Still looked clean. Didn't see any, like weird things. And I said, that's it. So then I started throwing, because it was cold water, and everyone says, oh, don't wash your whites with colored and hot, warm water. So I said, well, I'm not washing in warm water. So I threw all my whites in with so I do 2 loads and it's everything. Like it's all my clothes. And I have never come out with a pink sock, a black, like, you know what I'm saying? Like a dyed sock. Now, I will say if I get a brand new red shirt, I probably put that on a low and I wash it by itself. Even though it's cold water, I still kind of have that moment of,
what if?
Just, I don't want everything to be red, like, or pink. So I still kind of do that, but I don't think you need to do that anymore. I just kind of do it out of like
the second I started doing my own laundry, shit just went in there. I'm not separating anything. I do not care.
That's kind of how I did it. The only thing I do, wait a minute, I do separate one thing. I do. That's unfair. Yeah, because if I don't,
I do like
in the dryer, I feel like all my clothes will have the fuzzies on them.
Oh,
from the like that black, like this would look all from the.
Do you use dryer sheets or?
Yeah, I try to, but sometimes
you should get the balls. I actually have some balls that you can have.
I've had my fix.
But the balls are nice because they're a pain in the ass because if you don't fold your laundry right away and you just take them all out, then all the balls are with your laundry.
Oh yeah,
you gotta like shake them out. But they're nice because they add. It's like you can even use tennis balls because it like fluffs them as they're in it. But it also like helps with the lint.
I didn't know that. I don't really get linty because I don't put clothes in there. But,
you don't put clothes in there.
I just put I just
put
towels
water
in there. But usually what happens is I have a really because I live alone. My laundry's always.
Oh, wait. Amen. If my white shirt turns pink, I guess I got a pink shirt now. Balls are nice. Yeah, they are. Fuzzy balls are nice.
Okay. No, I don't know what it is. I do because I live on my own. I think all my laundry's always like I think we already talked about this. I do 1 load every 3 weeks. Because it's all my clothes. I wear everything, thrown in the wash. Usually the basket's like to the top, and I usually throw it in. And what the nice thing is, I have a large capacity dryer, but I have a small wash machine. So I'll wash 1 load, throw it in the dryer, turn it on for 80 minutes, wash the second load, then take that load of clothes and throw it in the dryer and put it for 80 minutes. Go down. Hit it for another 80 minutes and everything's done. And I just take everything in 1 load, bring it upstairs, and I'm done.
Why are you putting it on a cycle that long?
Because
it's the first 80 minutes not good enough?
No. It's never like
do you clean out your dryer thing?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Because that's fire right there.
Right.
Oh yeah. Right. Oh yeah. No, that's something I've learned. Like I'm trying to think what happened. My dryer broke years ago, and a guy came out from Sears. He's like, really, God?
Sears. Oh, that's a throwback. Yeah, I can still smell it now. You know that Sears smell?
I know.
It's like half lawn, half like department store.
It's like you get a little bit of clothes, a little bit of oil, and you're like, yeah. A little plasticky smell. Like walk by the refrigerators to get to the clothes aisle, and you're like moving. Like,
that was one odd store, huh?
And like. Actually, I remember if you went in one way, it'd be all the tools and stuff, and you went the other way, it would be like all the blankets, and then there was like a baby, like an entrance, and you're like, some places had the upstairs, downstairs.
Yes, yeah. Macy's was like that too.
Yeah, Macy's always been like that. Yeah. But
Sears was the shit though. You could buy houses from there. That was wild.
No, not houses.
Yes.
Really?
You could buy you could buy a house from there.
Wow, I
Like
didn't
build
know.
a house from there.
Oh, build a house.
Yeah.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
It would come like you would get all the like you'd
Like
order
this
it.
one.
Yeah. This isn't a Sears house.
No.
But what we do, you would get the blueprints,
Right.
and then you would also get like all the shit that you need for it.
Right,
You just
right.
had to hire contractors to build your house.
Oh wow, I didn't know.
Yeah.
That's something I didn't know. But I ended up
I
buying.
learned that on TikTok.
That's 100% true.
Well, and then I
No,
asked a
no,
customer about it,
no,
and she
no.
said, "Yeah, absolutely."
Like I said, so I bought a dryer, and this guy chewed me out.
Mm.
Chewed me out. Like you have to. I was like, oh, I take out the little because I used to have one of the like it comes out.
Oh yeah.
And of course, I
for like
cleaned it.
days.
Like I know I've cleaned it.
Yeah.
Right. But he's like, oh, did you go inside? Did you go in? I'm like, I ain't go inside.
My
Just
mommy
pull
told
it
me
up."
not to put things in things I can't see.
Like,
Put my hands in things.
and he's like, oh, you need to clean it. You're gonna cause a fire. This guy, like, he's like, I don't know who, because I don't think he understood like I owned the house because it was like in the beginning. I was still young.
Yeah.
Because I bought my house at 21.
Yeah.
Well, actually, 3 days before I turned 22. So I guess 22.
Just say 22.
Just 22.
At that rate, it's just 2 more sleeps.
So, so I felt like he thought that I was like clueless, and I was clueless about a lot of things. And I got yelled at. I got yelled at by this guy, but he was an older guy. He's like, "You could burn it down, you could do whatever," and I was like, "I'm drunk every night. Everybody want to know I'm on fire." And I was
I'm
doing
really
laundry.
useless thing, guy.
And at that time, laundry for me was just like, I got no clothes, so I gotta go downstairs and throw some shit in the laundry.
Yeah.
My problem is the up and down. Because like you will hate it.
I already hate it.
Because you have
what I do is like I pile things.
My house, the same thing. It's going up and down the stairs.
Yeah, I pile things at the front, or if it's like a towel or something, I just throw it down, and then next time I'm down there, that's when it gets moved to where it should go.
Yeah, I do that, or I put things on the very top step, right in the corner.
Yep.
Like that's kind of like that's brilliant
Yeah.
until you have to carry something, and it's like, oh, goddamn towel! Like you'll bitch.
Yeah.
Everything you'll do will get in your way.
Yeah.
No matter.
Well, this is why I wanted a 1-story house because I fucking stairs. I hate them.
Yeah. No, I'm almost at that point. My poor parents.
So you're getting up there.
I am getting up there. Oh, you want to hear something funny? Okay. This goes back to what I was going to say. So, unfortunately, I got some bad news. The guy that
you're pregnant.
Yeah.
Or would that be
told you to pull out, but you wanted the feeling. Oh, a little bit longer. Let me have the feeling.
Well.
No. So now you're gonna leave me because I'm getting fat. Something young and fat. Just kidding you.
You're ugly. Just lost my microphone. Excuse me.
Not the first time. So
I can't wait to edit that.
I got screwed with the comic book thing. The guy.
I didn't know you were gonna say this.
I haven't told anybody, but I got screwed. I basically wrote out the whole story. The guy said, okay, and he disappeared. He hasn't talked to me. And I just took it on the chin, and I haven't said anything. But I got, and I want to say this on this so everyone can hear this, even though we only have Brian on.
Everyone, as in Brian.
Well, Ashley watched it 1,000 times, 58 times on the thing.
In Barnes.
In Barnes. Your dad inspired me, and my mom said was sitting with me and says, you really need to do your own thing. You really need to. I am going to do a little story and writing a story, like a book, a proper book. So I got a little fire under my ass, but I knew I was old when I've written 8 pages. Now it doesn't seem like a lot, but I have a system where I have a problem with, I write something and then I go back and read and go, oh, I can make this so much better. If I say this and this and this, oh, I can make this, and then I'll like walk away and I'll come back and I'll rewrite that page again. So my attitude's been, I take 3 days or 4 days and I think of all the ideas I want to, of like where I'm going with the story. And then I spend 3 days of writing. But once I write it, it's done because I thought about it.
Yeah.
It's even though it's going to take me longer doing it that way, I feel like the other way, I was never getting off of page 1.
Yeah.
which because my mind works that way. Like, oh, it'd be even better if this.
Mhm.
It'd be even better. And then it's like,
That's why I hated writing essays because I'm like, oh, I should add this in there,
right. And the next,
but then there's no flow to it. So
yeah.
it's like,
That's what I'm doing. So, but I knew I was old. I was like, oh, I want to write that catchphrase I have for that guy. So I'm on page 8, and I was like, oh yeah, I read all page 7, like all 7 pages, and I never wrote down the catchphrase.
oh no.
No, it doesn't matter.
Do you know it though?
But I
you
was like,
remember it?
I thought he was gonna have a guy. He was like, what
Oh.
was it? It was like a Great Scott type of like Great Scots, like he
Yeah.
had his own little pet. And I was like,
Well, don't
oh,
share
yeah.
it yet. You
No,
don't
no,
want
I'm
people-
not saying it.
We
but-
don't know. Hi, Shannon.
Hi, Shannon.
I can barely read from over there, and it doesn't tell me on the side.
Son of a piece of.
Son of a nutcracker.
Because we're gonna watch what we say now. So,
Lips are sealed. They're never sealed.
we just talked about us laughing for 20 minutes
I
in the
know.
bathroom at a lock.
Yep.
So I was like, oh yeah, I said this, and I went back and I went, okay, I'm getting old. Like I would have bet $1 million that I had said something. I was like, I must have had that in a thought,
But never
and then been
put it
like,
to paper.
I put it to paper, and I was like, that's all right. This is the first draft.
Mhm.
That's how I look at it. Like I'm writing the first draft, getting the ideas onto the paper, and then like I don't have name. Like I have.
Are you handwriting this or are you
Yeah, I'm
typing
handwriting.
it? Yeah, yeah.
I handwrite. I can't do it.
I can't do that either.
I'm blessed, but Grayson has looked at it and goes, I can take this on the computer if you want. And I went, well, when it gets there, that's what we'll do it, because I handwrite it all.
Mhm.
And what's nice about the handwriting is I write it, and then like I kind of put like I have a character that's like a turtle, and so like a human-like turtle. So I go like human-like turtle.
Oh my god! All I could picture was, what's that movie? Is it The Mask?
Oh no, not The Mask. You're talking about the something of the Masters of Disguise.
Yes.
Turtle.
Yeah, that's all I picture.
Am I not turtly enough for the Turtle Club? Turtle. That is the worst movie, but yet has so many gems in it that like
Yeah.
the whole movie's crap, but yet there's so many bits and pieces.
I don't remember much from that movie
except that,
except for that.
because it was crap. It was
Yeah.
crap. All of it was crap except that.
I
part.
think I was like half watching it anyways.
Trust
but
me,
It's fine.
you're blessed.
Yeah.
I would have been. I'd be all messed up watching that movie again. Like if I had to watch it again, I'd be all messed up here. Be like,
Got it.
But I'm writing, and it's like no names, or I think of a name and I write something, and and that's it. But
Yeah.
there's no, because I've had people read it already, and like Shannon's read it, not this my Shannon, and
Yeah, that's
Grayson read it.
There's
and my
Shannon
mom-
above yours.
and well, we just said hi, so I didn't
I
want
know.
anyone to think. And my mom, and they were like, well, she's like, oh, this is really good. This is really good. They're like, yeah. They're like, what are you gonna name? What are you gonna? I'm like, no, I'm not. Like, it's write all the ideas, because there's a couple. I found out that I didn't know this, but there's a lot of drafts when it comes to this, especially when whatever I'm going to be done,
Mhm.
the editor is going to look at it and be like, this is what you need to change even more. So I already know whatever steps I'm going to take, it's going to change even more.
Yeah.
So
Are you gonna find an editor?
I am.
Yeah.
I
want to read it too. Yeah, I want to read it, but I'll let you.
Okay,
I'll let you decide when I can
let
read it.
everyone know it's
Do I get
kind
an
of-
autographed copy?
listen?
You're like, bitch, you're not even getting a copy.
No, I'm going to say the same thing. When I did when in my 30s, I did that stupid.
Hey, I was part of that.
I know you were, and it was very important to me. But when in my 30s, when you guys were little, you guys helped me do like a Toy Story on my Facebook page at the time, and it meant the world to me. And I always thought, oh, someone's going to read this, and I'm going to.
I can't believe how long that took
I know.
just to get the right picture.
I know. And even you were like, I can see my fingers. I can see the fingers. I can,
Right.
because we were trying to hold
Yeah.
Tinkerbell. Like, and it's hard. Or something would fall over. And
Yeah,
then
you're
be
like,
like, whoa.
What the fuck?
I must have sworn a lot that
I-
day. You're like, mm.
Nothing I've never heard.
No, you guys were all in middle school by that point.
Was
right.
I?
I feel like you guys were.
I might have been.
Yeah.
I don't know if Sammy was. yet.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
I don't know.
Or she just got there. Like you guys were
Maybe.
just. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know.
So, I don't know. I try not to have big hopes. You know what? To be completely honest with you, I am doing it's a fantasy story, and I am getting it out of my head onto paper. If it becomes a book, brilliant. But this is just a I want to do this before I'm done. I saw your dad sing, and I have talked
You better not die before the last page.
who
You.
me.
Yeah.
I know. I keep telling people like that. Oh yeah. By the way,
There's a fly
I'm
in here.
investing in one of those dictating machines. No, not for Brian. For me, like one of those ones where you can speak into, because I'm going to tell the whole story, and
Perfect.
because I kind of tell stories better than I can write stories. And
Mhm.
something happens to me, everyone will know where I was going with the story. So
Perfect.
if someone wanted to pick up and finish it,
It would never be the same.
I don't care. I kind of like
No,
I
it
would
wouldn't be the
want it.
same because the way you write would be different than the way somebody
Yeah,
else
but if
writes.
I'm
You know
saying
how many
it,
authors have died before the last?
yeah, but I'm going
I
to
understand
I'm
it.
going to tell the whole story. And someone keeps like I have a few people, my friends, will say to me, "Well, what happened? Like, um, how many books are you writing? Are you writing books? Are you writing page? I'm writing. I'm writing. If it's one book, it's one book. If it's a short story, it's a short. Like I'm just writing it out. I'm writing
Mm.
from A to Z until I have nothing left in my head of this story and it's done. If it's 5 books, it's five. Like I'm not. I don't want to feel that pressure, and I don't want to feel that pressure from someone. Be like, "Oh my God, you made $1 billion. We want book two." I'd be like, "Nah, that's done."
Yeah.
Like I know it's nice, but I unless I write enough.
Yeah.
I really don't want that.
Did you ever think your little LD heart would be doing this?
Um, yeah, but not. I always thought that I would team up with someone who could write, and I would sit with them, and I would tell my because I used to tell um my she's a college teacher, and she was an English teacher, and she started editing Goofy Who.
Hmm.
And one day I talked to her on the phone. She's from the West Coast. I don't know if she still lives there, but because I haven't talked to her in quite a long time. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm almost 50, and I did this when I was at like 30, 31. I mean, that shows the Um, and she would be like, "I need you to tell me what you want to say." So I would tell her where I was going with all the storyline all the time. She's like, "If this was a movie, I'd watch it." She goes, I loved this," and then she kind of wrote Goofy Who from my head.
Hmm.
So when you read it, it's her because that's not always what I wrote. She
Yeah.
would change things of saying, "This is what you said,
Yeah.
but you don't write that way because I can't spell what I think."
Yeah. Makes sense.
So that's why I'm buying something, a recorder, so I can just. It's going to be on a memory chip because it's what's called like the dictating machines. And
Mhm.
then I'm just going to say it all. I'm going to buy like the biggest one I can buy and just spend hours just telling the stories because telling them is so much easier than writing them.
Amen.
I don't know. And I really, you know what? I'll be honest
I'm
with you.
excited for you.
Thank you. Like Jack, the buddy Jack that always on, he always says to me, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? What are you going to do? It's Jack, I'm just doing it. I'm just doing this for me. Doing this, and I promised my mom always said I have great. Because I would sit there and tell her things, or I would do this. She's like, "Yo, you really should write this." I'm like, "Yeah." I think as a kid, I really thought I was going to team up with somebody and just be like that. Hey, we need a story guy, and
Yeah.
to be like, and I'm not saying I can't write, but kind of like pitch things and
Yeah.
just be
Yeah.
like, and having somebody else kind of doing the fine writing and stuff.
Yeah.
Because I heard that that's what Stephen King does. Like he actually like a lot of he has tape recorders that he would tape and he would kind of explain the story because his writing is so bad people
Hmm.
can't read it,
Oh yeah.
and then even typing it we would have a hard time. So a lot of times you would just tell the story, send it to the editor, and they would kind of
Read
go
it.
from there or work
Mhm.
together and be like, "Well, this is what I want to say. That sounds good. Don't use
Mhm.
that. I don't like that."
Mhm.
Um, yeah, so I kind of want to tell things, but I will say I don't want to say things because I this is kind of like the third story I got screwed. And this guy from uh, basically said, "Oh, there's a big strike with the animators with Disney. I gotta go." And I'm like, "Wait a minute, I thought you don't work for Disney anymore." And he's like, "Well, I don't, but I got friends." And I haven't heard from him since, and it's been quite a few months. And I've been kind of like, okay. Now I do know he told me straight out, and I do know this. He worked for Disney because I remember when he got the job because he took pictures and he was like, this was his life dream. So, and he wanted to do an animal story. So he told me all the things he wanted to do. So I landed up writing all around his storyline, that like all his characters that he wanted to bring in. So I had this whole storyline, and he was like, he's like, there was tweaks I could tell that he wanted to change and things, but I didn't think much of it. And
Mhm.
then I had just finished the whole outline of it. And then he decided, and I went, I think I got screwed on that one. And I was like, you know, it is what it is. Thank
Maybe
God.
we'll see it on Disney.
Yeah. Well, I don't know if that's how it works. It could be. It could
Maybe.
be. Or he's going to pitch it.
Yeah.
That's the other thing I was thinking, that he could put a pitch towards it.
Yeah.
And the difference with me was it wasn't my story. I won't tell my story. I have this one story, and
Don't say anything.
I've been thinking. I know it's like you want to tell because it's like, this is my idea. What do you think?
Yeah.
And it's like, don't say it out. Don't say it out.
I don't want to hear anything until it's
I
unless there's certain things that you need to tell me about it.
Yeah. No,
But
I have a few.
I don't mind waiting.
I have a few people that kind of live there. I say I live my life in the clouds. Like my head's always in the cloud. I can work all day, and I'll have stories. And I used to do this a lot. I used to come home and like talk to Shannon, and Shannon's like, what did you do today?" "Oh, I did this. I had a full day. I worked here. Da, 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 this pup, this, and I'd be like, "Oh, so what do you think about it?" And then I'll just tell her, like, she's like, "How do you think about all this stuff while you're working?" I'm like, my mind is always on something. Like it's in the clouds. Like I should be writing like just tons of stories. And I think my mom made me promise that I do it because she feels like I really can do it. I don't know. I have my wishy washies on this, but I promise. So
She didn't say you got to be New York Times bestseller. You said you had to write a book.
Just
and do it for you.
Yeah,
do for you. Do for your mom. Mostly for you.
I'm doing it for me. Because I think I really have always wanted to write. I've always wanted to write. I've always wanted to do like a thing that. But I've always been like, oh, I've always felt like I should work for somebody. When I was younger, I thought I was going to do something like that. Like I always wanted. I know this sounds weird, but I always thought I was going to work. This was the three jobs I thought I was going to. I thought I was going to stay writing, which financially didn't work for me, because of amateurs was during the week, and that's when I had to work. But this is when jobs were like weekdays and everyone had weekends off type of deal. And weekend jobs didn't pay that good. Like they were for like teenage kids, what. So that didn't go well for me, obviously. I thought I was going to be a history teacher, but God knows when they said I had to go to college, and college was more homework, and I'm like, I'll do classwork galore. I'll spend my whole day doing classwork.
Yeah.
But as soon as I come home, I don't.
Yeah, I'm done.
I don't. And unfortunately, I like that. And then the last thing I thought I was going to be I wanted to be a Disney afternoon writer to like something like the Gargoyles or something like those. I know you don't remember those, but it was like a more older type of cartoon. Like it had just enough older darkness to it. Like, and I always thought I was going to be something like that. And
not to derail you, you can go right back to it.
Nope.
I was watching Robots the other day.
Oh God, I love that.
I haven't seen it in so long. I watched the beginning, fell asleep, and then I watched the end the other day, and I was like, "This movie is not for kids."
Best line
it is,
I've ever heard is the
I think I missed that part, but
oh my gosh, he's like, oh, well, what are we gonna? It's so dumb. Like, what's our sign? What's it gonna be if when I find him? I'm making like a bird noise or something. All of a sudden, you can hear Robin Williams. I'm like, oh God! like, like he's in like a big party. And
I gotta rewatch it.
Oh my
I gotta
God,
watch
it's
it, Mill.
So good.
I watched
So
the
good.
end though, and I was like, I Kelsey, I'm like, what the fuck?
And then the big
But
butt girl.
honestly, as a
Who's
kid,
that girl with the big?
Aunt Fanny.
Yeah, I can't.
She
Yes.
rolls out. I'm like, what the fuck?
Mhm.
That's a good movie though.
It is
Underrated.
Underrated.
I didn't realize how dirty it was. Like every line was like something.
I don't
dirty.
know what happened, but that's the stuff I grew up on. I
Yeah.
mean, I remember saying with the kids and watching something, they're clueless.
Right.
And I'm going, this is good. And then it became like Disney always threw something adult in because they're like, well, you're there watching it with your kid, so we're going to throw this in. This is so high, but I don't know what happened. And I'm not trying to sound, but like the generation between us, if you will, got like, oh, I understand it, so my 3-year-old got it. It's like, no,
they didn't.
but that's what happened.
It is what it is.
And now everybody is like, I don't know, crazy out there. It's crazy.
Yeah.
It is too crazy for me. Too crazy for me. To a point that I think my mom and dad were talking about this, and now they're a whole nother generation, but they're talking about like a lot of these, unfortunately, school shootings, and that basically they're going to blame the parent to. Now you can say to some degree, yeah, all right, but they're going to go to jail for life.
The parent is?
The parents, they're a couple. Now, a few of them, you go, all right, that's easy.
Mm-hmm.
But what happens is once you open the floodgates, the ones that like, well, he hunts. He goes with his father. It's a locked thing. He got the key. I didn't know he got the key. He got in there. They're still liable. Now the parent's going to go to like. See, that opens the door of Crazy Town, like the opposite way. I don't know. It's just I don't want to get into like that, but it's like that type of like the way the world's going, and I'm almost happy that I'm 50. I'm like, I'm almost out. Go ahead, you can blow up this world. I don't care what you do. I'm finishing the book and I'm out.
Yeah, you better finish that book before you die.
Oh yeah, no, there's no doubt. There's no doubt because if I don't finish it handwritten, it'll be finished. I'll tell the whole thing. Voice, yeah. And then
audio,
the audio book.
Yeah. It was the audio book coming before the book.
Well, that's what I'm good at.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe I'm not the best speaker, but I can tell a story.
Yeah. You can tell a story, and it might be a shit story.
Mm-hmm.
The presentation of it.
I work really hard on those.
You do. You don't even try, but
you know what the weirdest thing is? I used to say stuff, and I would see the person just be like, "Oh yeah, that's nice," and I'd be like, "What's wrong here?" And I'd go home, and I'd be like, "What's wrong?" And I'd be like, "Gotta zazz up the stories a little bit." I would always be like that when I was a kid. Be like, "I gotta," and then be like, and then things would happen, and I would pay attention to that little stuff. And then all of a sudden, I'd be like, okay, I got to remember to say this because this is going to be funny. Like okay, most of everyone's watching will not laugh that we laughed about the lock into the bathroom.
Yeah.
Like,
well, I mean, it's kind of one of those you had to be there.
Right. But the fact that it unlocks and then super unlocks, and then it's like, but it's super, that's the trick. It's the super unlock.
Yeah.
Like, that's like the key words that make things funny. Like, isn't unlocked enough? Why does it need to go to super unlocked? Like, who installed that? Someone was like, oh, it unlocks. It super unlocks. We don't even need it to lock.
It came with the bathroom reno. I don't know what to tell you.
No, but I mean, like, like, you ever think of the moment that someone installed it?
Do you think they were like, fuck? Or do you think
it's not on backwards? How is it?
No, I just think like the second screw needs to go in more. Or, like,
I've always said that.
How do I do that?
Oh my!
You know?
Let's not explain it because we were both in the bathroom. You're married.
But like the second hook needs to go in more, and then it'd be fine. But
always said.
Always.
I don't know. It's just it's like this right here. It's like this right here. We do this for us. I am so happy that Shannon watch. I'm happy that Brian watch. I have your sister watch. But
I don't care if nobody watches.
yeah,
I said that in the beginning, but it was more of like just for that one part. I don't care if you watch anything.
yeah, I don't.
It's more fun when people interact.
Yeah, I love when people interact. I love that people want to watch us.
Yeah.
But it's like, again, this is the same thing with the book. Why are you doing it? Why are you doing it? Like, we didn't do this for 1 month, and Shannon's like, "You need to go back. I don't know what is wrong with you, but you're grumpier."
What are you gonna do when you move?
Huh?
What are you gonna do when you move?
I'll probably do one. We'll probably do a split
screen.
Split screen.
FaceTime.
Like, hey. I don't know. I don't know. It's just it's that super release where it's funny. I laugh. I enjoy it. It's actually feels good. I went on a diet 2 weeks ago. I don't know. I don't feel like I've lost weight.
You look like you've lost weight.
Okay, Shannon says in my face it looks like I've lost face. I don't know.
Yeah. You've lost face, yeah.
I've lost face. I lost it.
To the super unlocked
super-
bathroom.
I was saying the same thing. Super unlocked. I need to go in there and check. I have to say one thing. I am going to make fun of you a little bit now.
Okay.
Okay,
Can't
because
wait.
I love you. You know I love you.
Yeah.
But the best part about walking the bathroom is you can pick between the giant kitty litter that's in the middle of the room or the toilet. It's so big. It's like this whole. It's like, excuse
Sure.
me, excuse me.
Not in the way. It's not staying up here.
It's so big.
It's supposed to go downstairs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But it is. I mean,
It is big.
you would think you would have a smaller one there, like just a.
Because it's not staying there.
I understand that, but
It
you
better
have to
not be
admit-
staying there.
You have to understand that. I was like, gee, I have a choice.
You do.
I'm like,
You can do
coming
whatever you
around
want. You always have the choice.
Well, I was afraid it's super unlocked.
Could you imagine if I fucking walked in there? I would never. But if I walked in there and I
I'm
just
in the
see
kitty
you
litter.
taking a piss and you take the fucking lid off and just like pop a squat. When Cassie goes to fucking change the lid,
Who shit that?
that's fucking weird. This guy.
It's the size of my arm. What the hell? Okay, I'm done. That is funny. I can't even imagine. She's like, that didn't fit in the scooper. I had to take 3 of them.
I just changed it.
Even the cat's like, what's in me? Oh no.
Who ate their pet in here?
When you guys eat corn?
That is so gross. I fucking hate corn because what is the point? If I'm getting nothing out of it, it's literally just going one hole to the other. What is the fucking point? It's not even that good tasting to the for it. Why is that the one thing we can't digest?
But we keep eating it.
I don't.
This time's gonna be the winner.
One day I'll get it.
I don't know. I can't believe.
I thought I chewed this.
When I walked in there, I was like, "Gee, big enough?" Jeez. Cat's like, "Mind your business, bitch. Go pee. Shut up."
Yeah, mind your business.
Did you super unlock the door?
Yes, because you don't want nobody coming in here.
Oh no! I love the fact that you didn't have an outlet out there either. Like, who has a
Okay.
bathroom with no outlet?
They redid the bathroom. 0 outlet.
Who thought that was a great idea?
I don't know.
Don't they plug a hairdryer? I'm a man, and I still think
I
like.
think they just used the one right in the hallway.
All right, that's weird already. Like, who the hell wants to plug something around the corner?
I don't know. I didn't do it.
Like, I can't imagine.
We had it fixed before we moved in.
Yeah, no, I just, and I'm not making fun. I just don't understand. Like, Don't
There's
mind
so many
me. I'm
things I
doing my
plug
hair.
in.
I haven't got dressed yet. I'm gonna plug the dryer.
Do it in front of the window.
With the curtain. Oh, your wife's home.
Oh. Welcome home.
Perfect time.
Every time. I wonder if she's even here or not. She never responded. She walks in with the Taco Bell. I fucking, if that happens, we have to shut this down because I will not be able to talk. Even if it's Baja Blast. I will like literally shit my pants. That makes so funny.
That's it. I'm super unlocking myself.
Right, I'm gonna use the little box.
I can see you. You want Taco Bell? That's a good revenge, though. That's when you
I would
really
never do that. But...
I know I would.
No,
my ex-wife.
Oh yeah, I do it for her.
She's like, I'll shit in there.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah.
Oh no, too funny.
Sam and Joey got married.
Oh, that's. When did they get married?
Friday. Last Friday. We could
How
go.
was it?
It was beautiful.
No, really, was it?
Yeah. Hi, Bessie.
Hi.
Damn it. No, it was a really good day. The only problems that they had that I know of,
Okay.
there are two things. One, and even the first one was not even worth like their time, but where they got married, it was called the barn, but there was like a garage door and then two barn doors.
Mm-hmm.
Sam needed to go for a walk, so I walked outside with her, and she's looking around and she's like, "Oh, we're missing a door," and I was like, "What do you mean we're missing?"
Yeah.
She's like, "There are two doors, and now there's only one," and I was like, "Oh." She's like, "And I bought 2 wreaths for them," and I was like, "Don't like that's not even worth your energy."
Yeah.
So you use 1 wreath instead, okay?
Yeah, I know.
But then she'd end up.
Was that really that important? I'm not being smart at it.
No, I think it was just like the principle of it.
Oh,
it's
yeah,
like,
yeah,
oh
yeah,
damn,
yeah.
like that
Yeah.
that happened.
Like you're setting it up for A, and then
Yeah.
it's not there. And it's like because. And what was the other thing?
Because it was in Pawtucket, the traffic was so bad that they had to wait like 5 minutes. But that's not even that bad
Trust
either.
me.
It was a good thing because Kelsey showed up late. She got stuck in traffic.
Yeah, that's what happens, right, Kels? Yeah. That's what happens.
Did you want to walk by?
Yeah, you can walk by.
I can cut you out.
Cut her out. Just leave her. She'll be like, hi. Drive by.
Do something sexy on the way over. Okay. But no, it was a really good day, and I did my maid of honor duties of getting people who would normally not dance onto the dance floor.
Oh, nice.
All except for one kid who just was not having it. So
that's
like, fine.
There's always one.
Fine.
There's always one that's like Debbie Downer.
Yeah.
You know, the worst thing is they really want to, but they just they just can't.
Yeah.
Because there was a few times in my life, I always remember being that kid that was like, no, 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 and then finally everyone went away. It was like, oh, ask me one more time. I'll say yes this time. Like, and then thinking to myself, I can't be that way anymore. And then I started being like the first person on the dance floor, and I wouldn't care. And then all of a sudden, everyone like I didn't want to be that person.
Yeah.
I don't know. Like I went. I talk about this a lot. I know to people that are close to me that, like in middle school, I went through so many changes, and that's one of those things that by the time I hit that 7th and 8th grade, I knew I didn't want to be that kid anymore.
Yeah.
Like I didn't want to be that kid, and that kid was, besides being bullied, and it was like I took chances and I didn't care anymore. Like I lost all my, what if?
Yeah.
And I just said nah. I think it's because by the time the 7th, 8th came, I was so not cool. I was so that it actually made me
like counteracted.
Yeah, it actually like freed me. Like
yeah.
I'm already a loser. Who cares what one more thing they're gonna laugh at me. And then all of a sudden it was like I started doing things right. And it sounds stupid. Because I would dance, and then as soon as I would go dance, like at a banquet, I would go find like the littlest, like cute little girl, like, you know, because there's always a lead line kid. And I'd go, you want to dance with me? And she'd go, yeah, yeah, yeah. And then I'd go out and dance, and all of a sudden, all the girls, older girls would come out because I didn't worry about them.
Must you?
Perfect.
Thanks.
That's what you get for shitting my kid. No, and then it just became like knowing I didn't care anymore,
Yeah.
and that changed my life
Yeah.
once I stopped caring about everybody else, and I only cared about myself. And I remember people were like, "Aren't you embarrassed?" I'm like, "I don't care.
Yeah.
Well, you look stupid out there." Perfect. I remember just not. I think the fact that all the times I sat down, and then you feel like you're watching everyone having fun, you're the only one sitting down.
Mm. There was her brother is super introvert. Like he goes to work and comes home. He
I
will
didn't know
not
she had a brother. How old is he?
exactly. Exactly.
I've never heard her talk about a brother. And how
He's
long
a
have I been? Like 2 years I've known her?
yeah, because he doesn't do anything. So it's
No,
I mean,
it's not even like, hey, my brother came over. My
yeah.
brother called me.
I've only talked to him once, and it was when we had COVID, and it was like the weekend before, and I was doing haircuts outside.
Yeah.
And that's actually how Sam and Joey moved in because we were talking about how the third floor came available. But anyways, so he's very introvert, and I was dancing with one of the other bridesmaids,
Right.
and I was like, "Do you think I can get Jonathan onto the dance floor?" And she was like, "Well, how well do you know him?" And I was like, "This much." And she was like, "We could try." So I marched myself over there.
Miss Kelsey, a good dance.
She danced.
You a dancer, Miss Kelsey?
No, if I
Not
pull
really,
on the
but
dance
you
floor.
go out and have fun though. Yeah. I
So
like that. See, that's
yeah,
right there, A for effort.
yeah.
I don't even care if you look
You don't have
like
to be on the dance floor the whole time. Give me one dance.
yeah, it's a couple of dances.
Yeah.
Or just when everyone's being super silly out
Yeah,
there
yeah.
and just be like, hey,
Oh,
I'm here.
I was silly up there.
No. And then
Yeah.
you can be like, yeah, okay, I'm tired. Because
Yeah.
you always get that, okay. Like
Yeah.
you start getting
Oh my
too
god,
hot.
I didn't realize how fucking old I was
Oh yeah.
until I was dancing, and I was like, my knees.
My back.
And it was already like, so we did the pictures, we did
Yeah.
like we ate and stuff. So I was like, okay, it's safe to change into my Crocs.
Oh yeah.
It was already past Croc o'clock,
Well, we almost.
and I was wearing my Crocs. So like even then, like my back should have been fine. No,
Yeah, no.
I was fucking old that day.
No.
I was on the dance floor though.
I'm trying to think. I was trying to think. I was doing something. Oh, I know what it was. Talon got a basketball hoop, and I was like, "Oh, I love basketball. I haven't played forever." Went out and played. Went with him. Played. I was like, "Ooh, like I was trying to make moves. I'm like, why isn't anything working?" And Shannon shows me the video. I'm like, "Cause I'm like a whale." I'm like, I can't jump. I was like, Jesus Christ, when did I become that fat? Jesus, can I? I was like, dude, I'm white and I can't even jump. I'm like, Jesus. I'm like, ugh. I'm like,
well, Sam sent me a picture of me, and it's like I'm like posing like silly or whatever. We're on the dance floor, and I was like, she's like my queen, and I was like, ew. And she was like, I think you look great, and I was like, yeah, me too, with the throwing up emoji. I was like, I did have really fun. I did have a lot of fun at your wedding. She's like, and this picture is proof.
Yeah, no, it's.
I was like, yeah, I guess.
I still go out and dance, but it's like where I used to like. No, it's like you get to a point where you're dancing all night and you can't move till. I'll wait till my jam comes on. Like I'll go out and dance for this, but I'll sit down for this one.
Yeah.
Like usually what happens is like as I get older, it's like these are the things that happen. I do a couple of fast dances. Every single slow song though.
Oh yeah.
It's like, well, I was out there the whole time. I was slow dancing. Where you do the white man like
side to side.
Yeah. Maybe a little turn.
Oh yeah. It's the you make a circle.
Like literally the fat man like waddle. That's all you're doing. You're waddling out there and you're like.
What happened to like waltzing? Why did we stop doing that? Oh, because it's a pain in the ass. That's why. It's a lot of effort.
Because everyone has to know the moves, and like everyone's like, "Have you ever like when you were a kid, you didn't do the country dancing, the square dancer?" Oh my gosh,
I would love to.
I was in like third. Yeah, but it's.
I've done the Cotton Eye Joe.
The problem is that when square dancing came out, when you're in third and fourth grade, you are not mature enough for that crap. They should have done it when we were like sixth and seventh, when we would want to touch and dance with girls, like, or you would want to, because we're so like, I don't want to touch that girl.
Well, they couldn't do it in 6 and 7 because then they'd be like all over each other,
Cotton Eye Joe means a whole nother meaning.
Exactly.
I don't know. It's just I just remember being really like, oh, I got to do this, and then they'd be like, oh, you're doing it wrong, and you're like, all right. And then, another thing is too is like the teacher would always kind of show you, and be like, this is what you're gonna do. Okay, that's it. Now go out and do it. And I'm like, what? Can
Can I
we?
see it again?
Can I say it 5 more times,
Right.
real slow?
Can we do it together?
It's like the phone number trip. Have you ever asked for someone's phone number?
Every day at the salon.
Do you not? Does it not kill you how people give you the phone
Mhm.
number? So you'll be like, hey, all right, so appointment. Oh, so okay, can I have your home phone number? It's 683-3778.
I'm still writing your name.
6. Go on. And they'll say it exactly. 683-73778.
Right.
And you're like,
Or they pause. It's like 683. I
3.
forgot. Hold on. Let me say for the 401. 683.
Oh yeah, and then you're like, oh no. And then all of a sudden, I love it when you finally get it. Like, it's 3778. Perfect. I
It's
got
wrong
it.
number.
Oh, that's my business number, not my home number. Hold on, that's 465. You're like, 465? We're not even in the 683 anymore. Like, where the fuck's your home, lady? Like, it's always some weird number too, and you're like,
you know what really pisses me off about the salon phone? If you're a local number, you don't need 401.
Right, because you're local.
If you're out of state number, you need the 1 plus the area code.
Right, but do you really? If it's
but why do I need
508, do you need someone to say 1? I feel like if someone
no.
says,
When I write it down, I don't do that.
Right.
When you use the phone, you have to put the 1.
Right.
But why?
Because there's some place in the world where you have to put 2. So someone's out there going, is this a 1 508 or a 2 508? No, I don't want to be calling America.
Go up to?
What? I don't know. I don't know. I love these questions. Oh, we could be calling Brian. If we called 3 508. Or is it 5? Because it's 5.
Was it plus numbers? Plus? What's that part? Like the national? What number? What's the 1?
I literally just put my drink out.
I need to know what it is so I can look it up.
So it's not area code.
So it's not area code.
Prefix to the area code?
It can't be prefix.
I don't know what it's called. I don't remember studying that.
Right. This is like the little piece on the end of your shoelace called an aglet, but nobody knows that.
It's super open. Aren't you glad you're watching this? He logged off a long time ago. He's going to write, I'm still here. It's a country code. The country code. See, I was right. I said it was in the country. Remember I said 2 could be out there? It's 2 5.
Yeah, I know. But that was a different conversation.
I know.
You didn't know what that was called 2 seconds ago.
See? Chile is plus 56. I've been there. We know you've been to Chile. You're there now.
I've been here.
Oh,
what was Australia's? Because you got a different phone number there.
What's up?
You
just said the Chile.
That's Chile. Plus... What was Australia?
Oh. So does that mean they start off by saying they have to hit the plus sign? Where's the plus sign on a phone?
No, you just write it.
Oh, just write. So it's just 56.
Yeah.
And then 508 or whatever.
Yeah. Come on, Brian. You lived there for 9 months.
I never called there. I never called there. That's like someone asking for your phone number, and you're going, I don't know. How do you not know it? I don't call it. It's my number.
61.
It's plus, but he keeps putting plus.
Yeah, because that's what it is.
But isn't it just?
But ours is plus
401.
Yeah, plus 1.
Plus 401. I know I'm number 1. Thank you.
Smell my litter bugs.
You find corn in there, you know what happened.
This didn't answer my question.
Yeah, she just said he.
No, this didn't answer my question.
Oh, because he answered it because he's on top of it. Somehow, I love having an international traveler in our ranks of friends.
So does Joey, because Joey keeps asking him questions about being out of the country.
Really?
Yeah,
Why? Joey think about leaving?
they're on their honeymoon outside of the country.
Yeah, I get it.
So no, he's just
Oh,
asking like how
like
things work.
how? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know if there was something more to that. Sorry.
But he's in a completely different place than Brian's been.
Right.
So
But
like,
he's the international traveler.
I
Come
get
on
it.
now. This guy's seen more action than the rest of us have. Jesus. This guy, I traveled up and down the East Coast, and this guy's got more mileage on me than I've driven down to West Palm Beach in 24 hours and then had a buddy get in the car and then drive back the other way.
Good for you.
I had a buddy try to convince me and it takes 3 days if straight driving across country. He said, we're having 4 people drive and we're going to drive across country. Do you want to come? I was like, nah, because I had 2 jobs at the time. I was like, nah, I can't. But I should have done that. There's a lot of things I wish I did when I was a little
What's
bit younger.
happening with you? Are you about to throw up on my couch?
Yes. But on the
Come on.
floor.
Come on.
I never understand that. Like, how about you puke where we all can easily clean it?
Yeah, honestly. Yeah, right on my fucking charger. Bitch. I don't know if she's having like an asthma attack though.
Pushing her off the couch probably did it. There you go. Clean some of the lungs out.
When we went to New Hampshire for the bachelor trip, Sam drove, and she's a straight through person.
Right.
We stopped one time because like we all had to use the bathroom.
Right, yeah.
But towards the end, I'm like, oh my god, get me out of this car! I need to move my legs. My body was like, couldn't get in a comfy spot.
I drove to Tennessee. This is when we saw my buddy Ryan.
Yeah.
It was a 17 and pretty much an 18-hour drive.
Yeah.
Because it was 17 and a half hours, right?
Yeah.
Shannon doesn't drive.
Right. So you drove the whole thing.
So we worked out. I was like, this is how it's going to work. She's like, what? I'm going to stop for gas. I'm going to pump the gas. You're going to run in and pay for the gas when there's any change left, because you're going to grab the change so you can go to potty real quick, go change, get the change, and meet me in the car.
Go change.
Meet me back in the car. And we would be out.
When would you use bathroom?
Huh?
When would you pee?
Oh, no, I was on a mission from God. Like,
You didn't pee the whole time?
I not until, like, the very...
Oh, you fucking... Your poor bladder.
I was...
You're lucky it didn't erupt.
And
were you, like, pounding on energy drinks?
No, this is what lands up... Yes, but I'll tell you what lands up happening.
You're just, like, pissing out the window. You had your own litter box in there, huh?
Fucking corn. No. So what happens is we left at 2 o'clock in the morning. Yes, around 2 o'clock in the morning. We got in the car. She said, how do you feel? I'm saying, I am so wide awake. Now, I
took ready.
A whole year and not drank any caffeine. So when I drank caffeine, it was going to hit me.
Yeah.
So I said, I am not drinking any power drink until I am tired. Mm-hmm. But I'm not drinking and I'm not eating anything all day. And she...
Hi, Matt.
Yo, Matt. So we get in the car and I go. And I get till I think we entered Tennessee. Some crazy thing like that. And the sun is going down. And now I'm starting to get like, because don't forget, I took off when the sun was down. The sun came up, it woke me up. Yeah. And of course the adrenaline of driving on these highways with trucks and I'm in I leased a car, I rented a car to drive up and drive down because it was like, we got a deal for like $300 for a week. And I was like,
hell yeah.
And it's not mileage on my own car.
Yeah.
Fine. Packed that stuff up, went off, went down. I'm going to say we're about an hour and a half to his house, but I'm not quite sure because this is the first time going to his house, but I'm about an hour and a half. I cracked open the first energy drink because I started to get like
drowsy.
My adrenaline started to wear off a lot. And so I started drinking then. So I land up stopping probably with 15 minutes to his house, but I didn't know it was quite 15 minutes to his house. I didn't know we were that close. I said, okay, we got to stop. I had to stop for gas anyway, kind of one of those deals, because I didn't want to have the car on, like, not E, but like really low in case we were going to do something for the week.
Yeah.
So I stopped, I ran to the bathroom, filled up the gas tank, and landed up being like going down the road. It was like 15 minutes. I was like, oh my God, we're really, because sometimes when it says 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Problem is when you don't know where you're going, you're not really
No, I know.
driving like you should. So I land up getting to his house, and Shannon's like, "I can't believe you just did that. Like, I can't believe you drove that many." Like, and I was just like, "Yeah, I'm a mission from God." The I actually had to sleep the next day. Like, I didn't do anything. We did that on a Saturday, so like Saturday night I slept, and Sunday I didn't do a damn thing. Like, we didn't do anything. I basically came down. He had hooked us up with the spare bedroom. Walked down the stairs. I was like, "Hey Ryan, how you doing, buddy?" And he's like, "How you feeling?" I'm like, "I'm good." And I was just kind of like on the couch, falling asleep, waking up. They had a cute little girl daughter, and she'd go like kind of like smack me because she was like 4 or 5, like like hey, and I'd be like hey, and the next thing you know, I've been falling asleep again. And then we spent all week there, and we left on a Saturday again. We left at 1 o'clock this time because I was trying to get home a little bit earlier.
Mm-hmm.
It still was
Same thing. Yeah.
and I basically on Sunday couldn't function and went to work on Tuesday because I took off that Monday
Good
just
idea.
in case, just in case.
Good idea.
So I basically, but I was a wreck.
Yeah.
I was a wreck.
When we got to this Airbnb, well, first of all, in New Hampshire you have no reception.
Oh yeah.
So like it's a good thing her Google Maps was still working. Or no, she used Waze at the time.
MapQuest.
Yeah. But it wanted us to. It was like you had to take a side street to go get it, and it was like in the back of like all this forest or whatever. Yep. So we're driving up this thing, and it's like you arrived, and it's like
you arrived.
Where? Like I don't see this number anywhere.
In the field.
Yeah, pretty much. Completely drawn into the story now, but I can tell you start over. So how did it begin? No, we're not starting over. Go watch it on YouTube. So we're like, okay, well, like maybe we missed it. And at this point, her friend caught up to us and was right behind us.
In a field.
Yeah. Oh no, we had went to the outlets first. That's what it was,
okay.
And we all met up there, and then we were driving back to the house. And
B&B.
So she's, yeah.
Okay, yeah, I just want to make sure.
So she was behind us, and she's just following us. She has on her GPS just in case, but it took us to the same. Yeah. She's like, so like we just like did a U-E, and she's in a truck.
Oh.
So like she had to
or like a suburban
like a Tacoma.
Truck. Oh yeah, so that's
yeah. So she had to like muster
100-point turn.
Yeah. And then like we're driving again. It's like you arrived, like, but where? So
it's like the shack.
Right, we turned around 2 or 3 times, and then finally Sam's yelling out the window like, "Jules, you lead!" And she's like, "I don't know where I'm going," because she also couldn't find it.
Right.
So then the girl who came with us was in the back, and she was like, "Let me try it on my GPS," and she used Google Maps.
Right.
And it said to take the side street. Where this one wanted us to park on the main road and then walk through the forest to get to the house. I'm like, what the fuck? That one
way to get reviews.
Well, you missed a lot of good stuff in this one.
But so yeah, you did. I am going to, just because we're almost done.
Yeah.
But I do want to give the shout out to the also great person who had to make a comment from our last post on YouTube a month ago.
Yeah. What was it called? Don't talk. Oh wait, that's not it.
That's not it. Where's your? What is going on?
Hold on.
I
think it's don't talk about the Olympics in a Chinese restaurant.
Right.
Yeah. Don't talk about the Olympics
in a Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
So we had one person who had a wonderful reply. Mm-hmm. Listen, I just want you to know.
I read the comments and move along.
Guess what? I don't care what you say. But I do want to make it clear. It was, my mom was talking about and I made a joke. Mm-hmm. She was talking about the Olympic guy who couldn't see. I made a joke. We all laughed at it. I have lots of friends that laughed at it. We weren't being racist. No one was trying to hurt anyone's nationality in any which way. If you can't take the joke, that's on you.
Yeah.
Just for the record.
That's not the worst thing we've said on this.
Clearly you don't. I don't know what happened. Speaking about Matt, we had 58 views. I don't know who watched us.
It's that same guy.
It's just the same person. Just and listen, we don't take ourselves too seriously
No.
here. You can make fun of us, which I just talked about being fat and taking a shit in a goddamn kitty litter. How much embarrassing can you get? But I just want to make the statement.
I talked about my whole vagina being ripped off, so
like it's a joke.
Right.
I'm sorry.
If it's not for you, then don't watch it.
Right. I'm not. I am apologizing, but I'm not apologizing.
Yeah.
We do what we do.
I'm sorry you took it that way.
Yeah, I really am. I'm sorry that you took. That's exactly what I was gonna say. I'm sorry that something was said that was supposed to be funny and not hurtful.
Yeah.
You know, it's kind of like that whole, I'll give you my apology. I'm sorry. Yeah. And then they're like, well, you didn't mean it. Oh, you mean you can say something and not mean it?
That's so weird.
You know, it's one of those tricks. But I just wanted to address it because I want you to know you can write whatever you want on our YouTube because we actually had a good laugh at it. We laughed at you.
Yeah. I think it was ridiculous and completely unnecessary. Everyone has fun and pokes fun. Oh, so you watched it too? Are you one of the views?
Yeah, because Matt's like, is this a new one?
It's actually Matt's comment.
And Matt's like, oh, I was going to say racist.
He just changed his name.
That's a fake account.
Yeah. He's actually like, a troll.
I only watched it 50 times. I don't know who the 8 people were.
Barnes.
So listen, I could care less. So I will say we laughed at it.
Yeah.
We were like, dude, someone wrote that?
He texted me, he goes, look at YouTube. And I said, is it the 58 views or the racist comment?
Both. I was like, dude, we should cancel our thing because we get more views than when we're on live.
Right.
Hey.
Whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm not here for the views.
Yeah. We've already said this from the very beginning. Yeah. Well, Matt wasn't here. We're here for us, laughing, enjoying our time, being with people that we love.
Was one of one.
And so if you guys are taking us too seriously,
stop it.
That's you guys.
Yeah.
You're the idiots. Because if you think I'm really shitting,
I don't think I've been serious a day in my life.
Neither have I. So yeah, I just wanted to touch that because I thought that was ridiculous. Whatever.
Yeah.
And just know that didn't stop us. I can't wait to go back. So this woman's like, oh, that poor cat.
Yeah. Oh my God, you just let your cat die right there?
So, God, what's so funny about super open? I have that too.
Super open. Super unlocked.
Super unlocked. Yeah,
come on.
Well, you were super open.
I'm super open. Always have been.
You always have been. All right, guys. We'll see you next Thursday.
Bye.
Bye, guys.